What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we have some pretty unexpected news. An image actually surfaced of the canceled zombies mode for Modern Warfare, which many people out there didn't even think existed, and it was posted by a principal artist over at Infinity Ward. We're going to be breaking all of that down, and we also have an update in regards to Call of Duty 2020 zombies that was posted by a very familiar character within the Call of Duty community. Definitely stay tuned, but before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 75% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Call of Duty 2020, Warzone, and Modern Warfare Season 5. Also, as a huge reminder, tomorrow is episode 1 of my new mini-series Rush Hour, where I'll be hosting a 2020 challenge event within Black Ops 4 Zombies. While I'm hosting that 1v1, while those two players are in-game going at it in a game of Rush, I'll be quizzing them on the map that they're playing. It's a really exciting series. Definitely don't miss out on that. It'll be live tomorrow here on the channel. But in the background, we have some beautiful Warzone gameplay, a really fun dub that I actually got on stream the other day while we were streaming Warzone. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But this information about Modern Warfare Zombies actually broke on the COD Tracker website. They posted an article last night at about 1 o'clock in the morning my time, and as it says, concept art reveals canceled zombies mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And here's how this happened, right? We have the principal artist known as Aaron Beck, who actually posted the image over on his Instagram, which was really shocking. So, principal artist Aaron Beck apparently received clearance from Activision to share the unused concept art from early in production of Modern Warfare, which depicts what could have been the title's Zombies mode. There is so much to look at here. So it seems like they were going with this type of Russian zombies mode, but it almost seems like it's a bit futuristic too because of the robotics in it, and I'm sure they can somehow come up with a way to have those robotics work in, present day in the Modern Warfare timeline, but still, the vibe I get off of it is a tad futuristic. So, as he officially said, finally got clearance to share more art for Modern Warfare. So to begin, here's an unused concept from earlier in production. I was thinking it would be fun to play with the classic Call of Duty Zombies gameplay, hinting here at some sort of Russian Special Forces soldier and his duo of quadruped robots. And he then said, holding captive zombified soldiers by leashes around their necks. Huge Walking Dead vibes there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more concept art posted over the next few days, over the next few weeks, that may depict parts of Modern Warfare that just didn't see the light of day, right? Now, I also saw people asking, why was there concept art for a Modern Warfare Zombies mode if Black Ops 4 Zombies wasn't received all that well? Why would Activision want to take another gamble and release Zombies from not only a non-Treyarch developer, but from Infinity Ward, who had recently released Infinite Warfare Zombies, which also wasn't received all that great? And here's the thing, Modern Warfare have been in development for quite some time. I want to say close to 5 years. Who actually knows? But we do know it was in development for a lot longer than most Call of Duties. And the concept art for the Zombies mode was more than likely put together way before Activision could have ever guessed that the downfall of zombies would have been throughout the Black Ops 4 season. Now, another thing too that I really want you guys to think about is, isn't it better than we didn't see Modern Warfare Zombies, right? Not just for fatigue and so that COD 2020 Zombies would be more hyped up, but Modern Warfare doesn't have a season pass, so what if the Zombies mode in Modern Warfare flopped miserably? What if it did just as bad as Spec Ops? Then they could have easily just cut the plug on it. They could have literally just said, all right, we're just not going to update it anymore. We don't owe the community any maps, right? They didn't pay for a season pass that requires us to at least release 4 more maps. That could have very well happened, and people would have been pissed. Maybe we would have saw Zombies in Warzone instead, right? Maybe the Zombies mode could have flopped, and then they just could have, put Zombies somehow into Warzone, for the sake of the Zombies community. But imagine if that happened, right? You're not promised anything in Modern Warfare. If the game miserably failed, I can promise you that they would have not spent any money on CGI cutscenes for the seasons, big cosmetics or big battle passes. It would have been a nightmare. Now, when it comes to the Call of Duty 2020 Zombies mode, right? This is something that coincidentally also got reported earlier today by the man himself, Victor. So Victor doesn't tweet very often, but when he does, it's always something spicy. And apparently Victor dubs the Call of Duty games in a different language. That's reportedly how he he knows his information, but who actually knows who this guy is, right? Now, here's what happened earlier. He posted a video of Titanfall 2, and buddy Kevin asked him, "Do you have any Call of Duty 2020 leaks?" And Victor responded by saying, "No, I said before that I will not release the information of COD 2020. At present, I only know that the Zombies model has great innovation. Other information will not be leaked." So Victor did make that clear about, I want to say, well over a month ago, that he wasn't going to be leaking COD 2020 anymore for whatever the reason was, and that's what he had to say. Zombies apparently has great innovation, so that should be a glimmer of hope for all you guys out there who essentially lost faith in Treyarch with Black Ops 4 Zombies. That's great to hear, because we know they'll probably knock it out of the park with the multiplayer. We know the campaign's more than likely going to be solid if it's on par with like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and we know Warzone will be a part of Call of Duty 2020 in some way, shape, or form, and Warzone has been received fairly well, so we can only assume that Zombies is the only mode we really have to worry about here. So that's good news there. And then Kevin replied with, "I respect that, but could you let us know for what reason? If not, that's fine." Victor then said, "Because COD 2020 is bad, I don't want to say more information. The only thing you can expect is Zombies." So again, more unexpected details there that I really didn't expect to hear, but then somebody asked them again, or Kevin I should say asked them, "In what aspect is bad though? Like, can you tell us without leaking it? Campy, boring?" Victor then said, "You will know when the game is announced." So here's the thing, right? We can all assume Treyarch will knock it out of the park with the other game modes, but what if they don't? What if Zombies somehow is the only good mode of this game coming out, right? We have absolutely no idea, but I personally don't think it'll be that bad, right? I have hope in Treyarch. I have hope in Sledgehammer and Raven that are helping Treyarch with this. I have hope in all of it, but at the very least, if all else fails, as Victor said, Zombies is reportedly pretty good. There's innovation there, and you know what? Zombies is that mode that hasn't gotten much innovation since Black Ops 3, honestly, right? There were great improvements in Black Ops 4 Zombies. You know, I've listed them before. There were great improvements that Infinity Ward surprisingly brought in Infinite Warfare. World War II even introduced some things that we haven't seen before, right? There's been innovation, but I think in order for the Zombies community specifically to survive, and in order for the Zombies mode to thrive again as it once did, innovation is huge this time around. They have to innovate as much as they possibly can without stripping away the foundation of what makes Zombies Zombies. So there you have it with Call of Duty 2020 information today. It really wasn't worth its own video, but I figured I would include it in this video since it does work out really conveniently that we have some Modern Warfare Zombies concept art, and then all of a sudden Victor talks about Call of Duty 2020 Zombies. And it's funny because, you know, Lee Ross was working on a Zombies game mode, as COD Tracker also pointed out. We know Lee Ross was working on this at some point in time before leaving Infinity Ward to go ahead and work at Treyarch. What we also don't know is whether or not this was connected to the Willard Wyler Infinite Warfare Zombies storyline. I'm going to say it probably wasn't. You know, we've seen Sledgehammer and Raven do it before, right? They had a story going in Exo Zombies and a completely new story going in World War II Zombies. Infinity Ward might have done the same thing, you know, with a brand new story here in the Modern Warfare game, but I like how COD Tracker also quoted both Infinity Ward and Activision, who did make it clear way back when that Zombies really didn't fit within this Modern Warfare game. They wanted to keep it grounded, realistic. They wanted to keep the atmosphere of every single game mode quite similar, and they just somehow couldn't get that to work in Zombies. Now, since we have Warzone Zombies in the files of Call of Duty 2020, is it possible that assets from whatever this mode was in Modern Warfare could be reused in Treyarch's next game somehow? Or is Treyarch going off in a completely different direction to the point where they don't have to look at anything Infinity Ward was working on? But just maybe the assets that were worked on for Modern Warfare could still be applied to whatever Warzone Zombies mode is going to be coming in the next year or so. We have absolutely no idea. But what's also interesting too is that, you know, Russian zombies and Russian soldiers were essentially the theme of this mode, and we know Russia will be playing a huge part in Call of Duty 2020, right? With the Cold War, we have a little bit of Vietnam in there. So I'm wondering if, you know, this will tie in very well with the next game, if it does make an appearance at some point in Warzone. Modern Warfare Zombies may have been promising, right? Who knows how the gameplay could have been. We know at one point when we finished the campaign for Modern Warfare, we were told that the story would continue in Spec Ops, and then it did. We had some beautiful cutscenes. I know I had a fun time on stream with the lads, beating all the missions, getting the trophy for beating them all, but then support for Spec Ops just ceased to exist, and now the story continues in Warzone, which I'm assuming is a lot more beneficial for both Infinity Ward and Activision. Warzone's free to play. They're able to share that story with more people around the world, as opposed to, you know, a limited player base that can somehow hop onto Spec Ops and hopefully could beat, you know, the missions with a team of other people. But that is about it. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.